Hello and welcome back to Factorio C Block. In our last episode, we took a break from working on the oil processing here to set up some new power using some of the technology we learned about quite a while back, the farms. It's been something you pointed out, or a couple of you pointed out. I didn't actually have to do this potentially. I could have done simply one or the other of these. Probably more this than that, and I could have just turned the excess mud into viscous mud water, and thereby not needed to have done this one, not this one. Turn any mud that I had into viscous mud water, and then not had all of this set up. And you were right. I could have. Part of what I wanted to do here with this series is do something that is a little bit different or interesting sometimes, like maybe not always the simplest thing, but something kind of creative and interesting and unique, perhaps, or hopefully unique. I mean, it's all about me figuring things out, so it may not be unique, but at least in theory unique. But what I did was take some of that into advice, and I have set up a priority output, of course, still to go into this to use the mud directly, but also a bypass here to go into turning any excess mud into viscous mud water. Now, technically, according to the plan, we shouldn't have any excess, but it seems like we still do, probably due to some imbalance in the usage of it versus the usage of this and things like that. But it works out fine, and this just means that there's less mud that I have to scoop up off the seafloor, because, well, I'm using a top-up valve here to keep this topped up, but letting this win whenever it comes up. So I am most certainly plowing through. I probably didn't need a red one here, but I'm most certainly plowing through as much of this mud as I can get down here, and we're at least turning it all into that. And then, of course, I'm still sinking all of this extra saline water, which I wouldn't have necessarily had to use either, or any of that over here either, or the thin mud water over here, if I had simply just done this one. So it kind of could have been either or, with, of course, those excesses which we looked at the last time of either an excess of mud or an excess of saline, which we could have done either one as well. But I thought doing this balanced method was kind of a unique thing, and it kind of looks interesting, I think, at least. So either way, this is definitely, that's the good thing about this mod, is it's definitely something that you can take a look at and make some, distinctions and differentiations between things. And, yes, there's a difference in the power here versus how much we used here, but not by much. Actually, it's still kind of on the low end here, which is really good too. We ended up with basically a low equivalency here. And this produces, by the way, 135 megawatts, all while consuming a mere not that one. That scared me for a second. 7 megawatts. So having a net production of 128 megawatts is really good, and way better than this one, for example. Which this was fun to do too, but it's a lot more complicated than this is, as you can kind of see. And it produces a lot less power, as you can also see. So, you know what I was thinking about though? No, okay, good. I was like, hopefully these didn't also produce 90, and I only made 2 steam engines, but no, the regular boiler consumes 60 water to produce 60 steam. The fluid boilers consume 90 water to produce 90 steam. So that's the difference. That's where these came up with 90, and we did that originally here. So leaving all of that aside, after we learned out about all those things, let's come back over here to oil processing. We have at least this episode, possibly the next one, to take a look at oil processing, and then I think we're going to go back to ore processing again, because we're getting kind of to the point where we need the two to kind of come together, I think, at least from what I kind of understand and what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing, and then we can go down different roads again. But we'll see how that works out here in the next couple of episodes. So last time, or the time before last, or a time or two ago, or something, one time last week, we unlocked steam cracking, or we researched it. That unlocked this steam cracker building here that I made a few of, because we're going to need a few of them. And it also unlocked half a dozen different recipes. The first one here, this one here requires green metal catalyst. And if you recall what green metal catalyst is, which hopefully I can find it real quick here. Yep, there it is. It requires aluminium. Yes, aluminium. And silver ores. We don't have those being made yet. We know how to make them. We skipped that technology specifically to save it for later, which is part of the reason why I want to come back to it in very soon efforts. But we cannot make this yet, this butadiene. Now, I don't know what it's used for, but we cannot make it yet because we don't have either of those two ores being produced. But we can, however, make propene from naphtha. We can make methanol from methane. We can make ethylene from ethane. And we can make benzene from butane, and finally we can make propene from methanol. Now, you have propene twice, once from naphtha and once from methanol, and methanol was made again from methane. So we can, at least in one case here, we can source the same thing from two different sources. Naphtha, which is the red one here, that we have 94K of, and then methanol, or methane, which is one of these over here, this one, which you have 21K of. And so I want to just set up some of the steam cracking technology or researches here and see kind of how far we get. And in case we get there and need it, I'm going to go ahead and unlock also lubricant, which is made from the base mineral oil, this one. Now, we still don't have anything else used for fuel oil for, but we do if we wanted to, because we could turn it into, if nothing else, power. Which is kind of insane also because we just set up all this fuel oil power. We had this fuel oil over here that we were already making, but this is struggling a little bit because we do not have a good supply of sulfuric wastewater. And in order to get that supply of sulfuric wastewater, we pretty much need to process more ores. In order to process more ores, we need to use more ores, which means we need to make more plates and things and do research and things, and we're really just not doing a whole lot of that. I mean, this is chugging right now, but it's using a bit of copper and iron and tin and more copper, lead. Yeah, lead here. It's using a few things, which all comes back to the same thing. Obviously, the mineral sludge, but we're not using that much of it. And it just stopped, so it's going to fall off again. And so we really need to find a way to use more of our ores in order to produce more of the sulfuric wastewater in a few of those side processes that we have going on here, like this one, making the mineral sludge that has that surplus product of sulfuric wastewater, along with the two sets over here of the crystal processes that are making the mineral sludge also. And all of that goes in, of course, to making that sulfuric wastewater, but we just do not have it yet. So hopefully we can get it figured out and get that going soon. So let's go ahead and set up some of this steam cracking. Long time, few words. Let's go ahead and put one of these down and take a look at this. So right off, we can make methane into methanol, and this, by the way, produces a residual gas byproduct. So, and a lot of these do. This one does, that one does, that one, this one. Not this one, but this one. So the 5 of the 6 do. The only one that doesn't actually is the naphtha that uses the red metal catalysts. And that one, I think, we will set that one up. But that one's going to take a little bit extra effort because I do not have iron and copper on a belt yet. So we're going to have to get some of their ores and bring them down here like we did with something else that we were experimenting with. No, not experimenting with. It's on... Where is that? Here. It's here. We're actually using to make ammonia. So we eventually might have a problem with our ammonia production if this gets down to very low numbers. But we started with 100 and we still have 52. So we're probably okay. Probably. And we're using the ammonia, by the way, for this product here somewhere, or this production here somewhere. Right here, the red algae. So yeah, it is using this. Oh, and this is chugging a little bit better here too now. And we still don't have any output, and I think you guys are correct that we never will, by the way, ever have any output from this, the way that it's set up. So we'll have to do something different about that, but we will at some point in the future. So as long as this keeps going, that'll be really good. Anyways, back to this. So let's start with something. Let's see. I think I want to start with methane, maybe? I think I'm going to wait on the naphtha. I think, yeah, we'll start with methane into methanol. Let's move this slightly over here a bit further. Let's see, you are there. Yeah, let's go over like this. We'll bring the methane over. pipe. Can I go that far? Uh-oh. That's not good, Wally. That's not good at all. Here we go again. Yeah. I've screwed myself up again by putting things too close together. I didn't think about that part of it. Well. And I could potentially have that problem in a few different places. I'm going to move this, and I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. So I moved it over just one tile because that's all I really needed, and it took, twice the effort, but it accomplished what I wanted to do. So let's bring this over here, and we'll put that into there. That'll go into there, and then I also need to bring steam into all of these. So we should make some steam. We can make steam a few different ways, of course. We could burn something. A lot of this stuff is burnable, including fuel oils. I think that's our best bet. We don't need a whole lot of steam, but I still think that's our best bet, at least in terms of what we have available here, and not bringing anything else over. So let's go with fluid burning boiler. That'll make a little bit of steam. We'll wait for that to craft, and while we're doing that, we can just maybe figure this part out too. We're going to want to have, obviously, an output of the main product as well as an output of the, what's it called again? Residual gas. We can't do anything with the residual gas yet, of course. We'll have to figure that part out later, but we'll figure it out later. Let's see, what do I have for pipeline? I think I have this one available. And then I need to get another one in for residual gas. And I might have a problem here in terms of space. So I might have to do, let's see, you? Do you have a product? No, actually you don't. Let's come over here and put this one, be careful again, Wally. Put it over far enough. You don't goof yourself up. I think that'll be fine. We're going to move this over there for this one. Obviously, for the other ones I'm going to have coming along that are also going to have this product, we'll have to come back to it, but this will do fine. Actually, you know what? That's not how I was laying these out. Let's fix that again. Let's put it over like this. And that's fine still, I think, but it just needs to come down to here now. Like that, I guess. Off by one, just of course, and then we can do this, and then that. That's better, I think. And this is going to need power. We can run some power this way. Is that going to be all I can reach? Yeah. That might be a problem later, too. You know what? Let's change that. I was trying to be a little bit expansive in the list layout, but it ended up not really being what I wanted it to do already, and I've just started. Go there just because of the steam needing to come in here. We'll take a pipe off of here and make the steam over this way someplace. The steam's going to need to have its own line here, which is not this one. It could be this line. Yeah, it can be this line. Which might work out okay. Let's take a look at the boiler, please. Boiler. Oh, that doesn't go there. That goes here. And then this needs to go not there, but I think here. Oh, you know what? That's actually in the same row as that one way over there. Does that matter? I don't think that one matters, actually. So we'll leave it alone. It's fine. This will go here, and then it can carry back and forth to this as needed. We're going to do something like this, in which case, let me move this actually back. At this point? Yeah, that's fine. And then we need to bring water in here, too. So let's do this there. And then water needs to have a line. That's going to be you, so water can come down by 2 more. Like here. And we'll just bring that over from... Let's say I have some water like handy right here, which I don't think I do. I'm just going to bring in another pump. It's fine. Do I have one? I don't think so. I don't. I'm getting low on stuff, too. Hopefully we have enough stuff to finish this up. Let's do just this. And then you can go into there. This will produce our steam, and we are now cracking methane into methanol. And since we know about that one and we know kind of what comes next, let's also do... nope, one more. Let's just do right away the methanol into propene here, because I think we might as well. You can go there. Actually, you can go there with one of these. This can look the same as that. Assuming that... Now, I'm already screwed up again. Yep, then I can't go right away. It needs to come over here, all the way over, which means I need more of this. It's fine. I'll straighten it out at some point later. I don't know why I put that pump all the way over there. That was kind of silly because it doesn't actually do me any good. I could have just put it right in here. I technically can put them anywhere. Place that, please. Thank you. Oh, I'm out of power poles? Really? Okay. And then, let's see. This pipe is going to come back to there. And then this one needs to go to a tank. And I have no idea where to put these tanks because we're kind of running out of vertical space here. The next one down... No, we've kind of blocked off all these lines now. So, in that case, you'll go here. There, you know what? I think I did. No, I didn't. Okay, good. But I was off by one again. I did it right this time. You'll come in from this one. But I'm getting a little snug on my space for tanks. But either way, that'll do methanol to propane. I just got to deal with the propane now. And I don't know what else to do with it. I guess I can eat into this a little bit vertically. Like here. And maybe start moving these up instead. That's right. I guess I should have made sure before I did it, but I think so. Looking at the NAFTA over there. So that's fine for this one. And then we kind of have the same thing again and again and again. Making a few other products here. Please. Ethane to ethylene. Again, this comes down to here. Of course it is. And really I should move this up because we just learned our lesson, right? Maybe learned our lesson? Do that. This is fine. Steam will come down this way. Go right there. And then come all the way down to here. And then from this, something like that. And then you get ethane, which is one of these way over here. I mean, so these should have probably been done closer to this, maybe. Maybe it doesn't really matter. Oh, I didn't think about that. I'm running into this now, too. Alright. I have really, really screwed up big time on this build. But again, this is just a demonstrative build. I said that weirdly. But demonstrative build, so... it's kind of fine because we're not going to keep it. I mean, I will probably try to transfer the fluids over to some usable place, but... oh, power. But I think, you know, in terms of keeping it, it's not... This isn't going to scale well. So I think it's fine. Let's just do some diagonal action here. And then that's going to make ethylene. And we need a tank for that. And that I'm going to put in up here someplace. I need more landfill again. So either way, you can kind of see, what this leads to, what it kind of becomes as part of this process. And while there's a lot of stuff to do, there's a lot of stuff that we're making. It's not really a complicated process. It sort of just is. Who's next? Let's do this. And I need more. More. And again, I will put this over like that. There we go. And we're going to do, not that one, butane. And I think we'll save both naphtha. I think we'll save the naphtha one and as well as the lubricant for next time. But this one's going to be the same type of thing. We bring the butane all the way over here. We bring the steam all the way over here. And we do the same basic build. There. Maybe I should go after that. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I'm out of pipes. So of course I am. Alright, that should be good enough for a while. Butane is here. And then that one. This one, excuse me, coming through. This one here, not enough, so we'll go again. And then this can go here. And that will come in like this, like that, and like this. And I'm still making pipes, but that's okay. The stuff here will come out this way. There. And then I need some of this. There they are. And you need power, of course. And then we need to have an output tank for this stuff, which is benzene. I was thinking butadiene. Butadiene is the stuff we cannot make yet. You can go right there. This goes here. This goes there. And that's good enough for now. In the next episode, like I mentioned, we will process the final one we can handle for right now, which is naphtha to propene. Remember, we have a propene tank back here, so we'll be able to pipe it back to there. And then at some point in the future, we will be able to also take care of the butadiene, naphtha to butadiene. But like I said, we'll have to do that one once we have the ability to make those green metal catalysts. And then we'll also next time look at lubricant, which is made from the base mineral oil. And I think that's a good enough, I mean, it's not a good combination, but I think that's an okay combination just to kind of get these oils to where they need to go. Following that, we kind of are in a place where we could make plastic again, but only a small amount from the propane, which we probably will do. We could make resin, but we need to make other forms or other sources of urea and formaldehyde. We don't really have that so much yet. We'll want to take a look at that at some point, but I think those get into needing more of the green metal catalysts again, which means we need to go back to ore processing and figure out a new process for ore processing. So I think what we'll end up doing is one more petrochem, and then we'll get into the ore processing again for a while. There's some, I'm a little bit ahead, thankfully, and I'm working on those a little bit now, but those get into some rather grotesque monstrosities. So I hope you're looking forward to that as much as I am looking forward to showing you what I've done and talking through what there is available. So, but for now, we're going to leave this here, and in the next one, we will continue this oil processing and see where we can get to. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you then. Bye for now.